Elon Musk, not just battling with the White House, but also with his old nemesis, Apple, or as he calls them, the Tesla graveyard. The billionaire accusing the company of stopping advertisements on Twitter and threatening to remove the Twitter app from the App Store. That's a bit much. Musk tweeting to Apple CEO Tim Cook directly asking him, "What in the wide world of sports is going on here?" This would be a huge blow to Twitter, as Apple reportedly spends $100 million a year on Twitter ads. So will we see a war between Musk and Apple? And if so, what comes of it? Joining me now to discuss, co-founder of MaxFunds.com and Fox News contributor Jonas Max Ferris. Welcome back, Jonas. This seems like a very inconvenient and stupid war for both sides.
Yes, it's very exciting to see how it's going to play out. Neither one is really, I think they're both going to get damaged horribly, if you ask me. You know, Elon Musk has already lost a lot of advertisers. I think half of his top advertisers. They're not all gone forever. They just want to see how this plays out. His whole takeover of Musk and his new, of Twitter and his new freedom of speech thing. But you know, Apple's the #1 power player in the world of who gets to say what. They can take you off the phone. It's their phone. They built the software. They run it like a duopoly with the Google phone, and they take a third of all the action. So if Elon Musk wants to charge $8 for blue checks now instead of having ad revenue from, say, an auto company who doesn't want to advertise there because he owns an auto company, then they get a cut of that. And he's trying to highlight that that is a ridiculous business model that's been allowed to go on, and it is. And yet it goes on, and they don't want to talk about it, so now they're not going to advertise on Twitter, and it's a war. It's a war between billionaires and the biggest companies in the world and all us little people who've been monetized all these years and didn't know it and really have no free speech because it's all paid commercial speech. Now I get to see it all unfold, and I'm very excited.
So who is the one who comes out and reveals that the Matrix is real?
You know, they're all talking about like our rights and privacy. Apple's very concerned about our privacy, and Elon Musk is very concerned about our freedom of speech. But they're both really concerned about making money off us, and that is the business model that they all share. And the reality is everything that we experience on these products is owned by somebody. It's not the internet of the 90s where it's a bunch of chat rooms and bulletin boards. It's been fully monetized and tracked and diced and sliced. I know, and to be honest, those chat rooms don't make a lot of money. The closest thing is Reddit, and that's got, you can't have freedom of speech there either. But
no, they shut that down.
Twitter. If there's someone making money, there's no freedom of speech. The closest thing, honestly, is OnlyFans, the site where it's like Instagram for porn, because there's no advertising and there's no apps.
Speaking of monetizing, once you give those up, isn't it true that you make $500,000 a month on OnlyFans, Jonas?
Only a month? I gotta start upping my profile pics. More.
I hear you give yourself a mean foot rub. So one of the things that Elon Musk is promising to do, other than annoy Tim Cook to death, is make an alternative to the iPhone and the Google Pixel. So do you think that we are going to see a Tesla phone at some point? Is that a reasonable threat, and should Apple be concerned about it, considering that they have 6 million iPhones that aren't going to leave China because of the COVID lockdown and global supply chain issues?
The notion of entering the smartphone business as a third platform is so patently ridiculous at this stage. But if anybody can do it, and it actually needs to be done, because we see what happens when there's only 2 people controlling the whole market. That's how you get 1/3 fee. They both charge a third. Imagine that. But that's saying, if anybody could do it, it's Elon Musk. And although he's kind of wrapped himself in financially to Twitter to the point where I don't even know banks will get money, people would give him money to do another phone. So he could raise $100 billion for that, because you'd want a piece of a third phone platform. But would people really switch their phone from Apple just to be on Twitter? And like, I just don't know if there's enough. There's a lot of fans of his. They buy his flamethrowers and everything he makes and puts his name on. They'll buy it. But is it 50 million people, or is it 1 billion people? Because if you don't have a plan to get 1 billion people globally on your phone platform, it's not really a platform. It's just like a flamethrower, basically.
Yeah,
so I don't know, but
it's a hobby.
It would be nice. We need more competition.
He's too busy for hobbies. If this whole Twitter thing falls apart, you're absolutely right, because he will, if Twitter falls apart because Apple takes it off the App Store, Elon Musk is coming for scalps. And he's going to start with Tim Cook because he has a very, very nice.
He's going to burn the whole industry if he has to go down.
Oh, he will.
You don't want to see a world where he's not the richest guy in the world because he's going to take them all down with him.
He doesn't care. He'll wrestle Jeff Bezos in a vat of stinky mud. All right, Jonas, thank you so much. Always good to talk to you. Happy Giving Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.